Hello, welcome. It is me, Danielle Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. This episode, get ready, okay? For this week, there is a lot of things happening. First of all, we already have Mercury retrograding. And if you are new here, welcome. I discuss astrology and tarot. I even talk about some current events, tie that in together. And this episode is about the weekly transits. And I was so excited that I just didn't even introduce myself, proper introduction, but I just wanted to talk about what is happening this week. We got a lot going on. Mercury is already retrograding in the sign Sagittarius. We have Mercury having some interesting aspects with Jupiter, which is in the sign Gemini. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. If you are confused, don't worry. I will get more into that, but just if you want to know, summary, a lot of debates, a lot of confusion, a lot of arguments. Okay, on top of that, Mars is going to station retrograde in a sign Leo. So if you thought the argument started already, well, get ready for that. Also, with the previous statement, there is a lot of issues with traveling too, okay? And I will get more in detail of all these things, but that is what we basically have this week. Oh, also we have Venus entering Aquarius. Now, Mercury's already retrograding, so you already have your car issues, you already have your travel issues, you're losing things in the mail or email or text message. There's confusion already. But Venus will be entering Aquarius. I want you to know that all air signs are about communication, and now Aquarius is the strongest air sign of communication. So this will be more a plot twist with interesting dynamics happening, not just this week because Venus will be in Aquarius for a minute. But yes, we have all that, and I'm going to discuss that. Now I'm going to bring up the dates actually. This is actually December dates. Check out that December video. I talk about all the aspects of the month. Look out for my 2025 video. That should be coming up soon. Okay. It is December. Get with it, Danielle. But yeah, that is what we have. So I'm going to discuss today is December 3rd. I normally film this or record this on the 2nd, which was Monday. Today is Tuesday, and I am filming this like a non-edited recording. I don't think it's live. But what I'm trying to say is that December 2nd, that is up there. I did talk about all the monthly transits, but we are going to discuss the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. And this week ends on Monday is December 9th. So I think I even have something on the 9th to discuss for us too. That is not on here, but that is a sextile. That is a smaller aspect, but I will discuss it anyway. Yeah, so we have that. Now I do want to also show you, if you guys did not know, if you guys are listening to this, don't worry, I'm going to discuss it all. The Mercury dates of Mercury retrograding. Mercury started to retrograde on the 25th of November. We will have a Kazemi this week, December 5th. And then on the 16th of December is when Mercury will go direct, meaning that, you know, the energy of all this chaos and confusion. And if you're buying something, gets lost in the mail, all that will slow down. And then January 2nd, it will officially be out of the retrograde, the pre-shadow, the post-shadow phase retrograde. Now for Mars retrograding. Now we entered Mars. Well, okay, let me just jump. I was going to read the whole dates, but I'm like, no, Danielle, that's a waste of time. So December 6th is when we have the official date of Mars starting to retrograde. We had the pre-shadow phase already happening, so you may have some conflicts already. But this is going to go all the way until January 6th. That's when Mars will re-enter Cancer, but it will still be retrograding. It will stop retrograding February 23rd, 2025, and it will re-enter Leo, and then it will end fully out of the post-shadow retrograde May 1st, okay? So that is what we have for the dates. Let's start with December 4th. And actually, I'm going to bring up my chart here. Before I bring in my chart, please do your due diligence and follow, subscribe, like, okay? I think I give you enough already for you to be like, you know what? I'm feeling her. I want some more of her information, or I want to stay in touch with her. Also follow my newsletter. That helps me stay in touch with you. If you lose me on YouTube, if you lose me on TikTok, I do weekly newsletters that will be sending out today. Happy holidays to everyone too. How was your holiday? If you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you're in America, holidays are huge in where I live. you see the Christmas tree is already up. The house is a hot mess because we just hosted for a lot of people for Thanksgiving, and we have to clear. If you know that there is an Instagram or like a reel or a TikTok going around, and there's this mom, and she's like, nothing on the counters, and put this in the garage. Did your dad get the string beans? It's like that is what's going on. So I had to put everything back in my kitchen to make enough space for my guests, and now things have to come back to its regular place. But then we have to move things because it looked like Christmas threw up in my house. If you know, my husband has a Venus in Sagittarius, so Christmas is huge over here. Anyway, but yes, go ahead and please subscribe, like, do your due diligence as a YouTube watcher, or if you're listening to us via podcast, welcome. The name of my podcast is Astro Tarot Insights. So welcome. And yeah, now let's get on, and I'm going to bring up the chart. Okay, so here is the chart, and actually, I'm going to set it up for December 4th. And on December 4th, we have Mercury, which remember is retrograding. Okay, Mercury is retrograding and it's opposing Jupiter in the sky. Jupiter is in a sign Gemini. Okay, when we have Mercury retrograding and you're dealing with Jupiter and Gemini, Jupiter in the sign Gemini. Gemini is, okay, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Okay. So this makes me think of more intensity when it comes to this retrograde. Anytime you hear about Mercury retrograding, all of the things you think about, I feel like it's going to be doubled in size. It's just going to be a little bit more intense. Intense is more of a Pluto Scorpio energy. So I'm just going to say it's just going to be ramped up. It's going to be expanded. That is a Jupiter word. Okay. This opposition between Mercury and retrograding in Sagittarius and Jupiter retrograding in Gemini creates a dynamic of tension. And, it makes me think of the Bloods and the Crips and the teams, and there's this division kind of energy. And I think this is going to make it even bigger. Okay. Or the way you are as far as the bigger picture versus the smaller picture, that even gets brought up. Okay, facts versus your beliefs and your theories. Okay, so revisiting is a big theme because both of these planets are retrograding. So when you have these planets here are in red and they are opposing, they can't see eye to eye. There needs to be a balance. At the same time, there's some repeated steps, something that needs to be redone, and the energy of just really taking your time and moving slow, especially when it comes to your words, because Gemini is about communication and socializing, and Mercury is the planet that rules our thought process, our intellect, and how we communicate. Okay, so also day-to-day travel. Here we go. So communication, there's some tensions with this. There's conflicts between expansion and reflection, travel and education challenges, balancing between you being optimistic and what is the reality. Okay, I think there'll be some more exaggerated debates. If you are at home, I know politics has kind of died down, but this makes it even bigger. So I just want you guys to think before you speak, focus on reflection, the big and the small picture, maybe find a balance between the two, and always stay flexible when you're dealing with Mercury, and practice patience. Now, Mercury in the sign Sagittarius, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. Gemini in Jupiter in the sign Gemini, Mercury is the sign that rules Gemini. I find that there is this duality, and this opposition is even bigger than ever. It could be a lot of confusion. Okay, now Jupiter is very expansive. It makes everything big and it's very optimistic. So there is this positive thing energy that could be happening here. There's something that could be very like a blessing come your way to help with this balance, or maybe this good energy is going to bring this imbalance here that you need to be aware that there needs to be a balance of some sort too. And try not to overcommit. I find that Mercury in the sign Sagittarius is thinking way too big. Like, I can host Thanksgiving and literally the next day set up Christmas. Okay, and that needs to, like, hello, you're overcommitting, calm down. Okay, so yeah, most people who are going to be feeling this are all of my planets, people who have in their chart some mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Gemini placements as well, especially if it's around that 16 degrees or 10 degrees or 20 degrees. Okay, you're going to be feeling this the most. Okay, so now that same day, we have the sun in Sagittarius The sun in Sagittarius is squaring Saturn in the sign Pisces. Okay. This is negative limits. Saturn likes to just really like set the borders and boundaries of things. Now it's in the sign Pisces, so you can't see the boundaries and the borders, especially when it comes to you being very optimistic and thinking. Now the sun is sitting here close to the Mercury, so this is about how you think and how you communicate and you pursuing that, because the sun is your ego and it's your physical drive of pursuing things. It's the bigger Mars. Okay, if you know astrology. And Saturn is very pessimistic. So while this is the energy of being very optimistic, this is the energy of like, no, you can't do that. And the sign Pisces is really lacking. Okay, the energy of really lacking. So when you have squares, that means there is a challenge. Okay, and sometimes these challenges, well, most times these challenges brings out lessons, especially when you're dealing with Saturn. Saturn is going to bring the lessons. Okay, so Sun in Sagittarius, it seeks adventure, growth, and freedom. And Saturn in Pisces reminds us to have some discipline, have some control, think of long-term energy, and have some emotional maturity when you're doing these things. And now you're going to be torn between the two, and there is a challenge here. So it's testing your long-term goals, may reveal where your aspirations lack. Like these dreams are probably too big, and now you need to reduce them. And what do you fear? Pisces energy is very fearful of things. Saturn will bring in the fear. So you being bold and courageous, but actually it's a front. You're really scared. Okay. Now there's emotional and mental tension. The sun squaring Saturn highlights areas where self-expression and personal growth, it feels stifled. It feels restricted. Okay. And there's challenges in trying to address some opportunities you feel like you have. Okay. Now conflict between freedom and structure. Sagittarius is very free. Please do not limit me. And Saturn wants to have the structure, wants to have the boundary. Now, remember, it is in a sign Pisces. So there's some emotions involved with this, or maybe there is some dissolvement of a boundary, and that could be causing a problem of the freedom here. It's like you think you should have freedom, but or maybe you feel like you have the freedom, but somehow it's restricted, and it's a confusing way of the restriction, because Pisces does cause some confusion. I do this is just a side note. I just want you guys to understand that Saturn in a sign Pisces, when you hear people saying they don't drink alcohol, or when they are so strict on alcohol, and I'm not much of an alcohol drinker. I probably drink maybe 4 times a year. I don't drink a lot. I don't really enjoy alcohol. I mean, it seems fun. It sometimes tastes really good, but the results, the consequences as I get older, it's just no fun for me. Now, but I just want to say Saturn in Pisces, if I haven't said this already to all my viewers and listeners, it is making a lot of people very serious about alcohol and the thought of alcohol. Pisces is about escapism. And now Saturn is like, okay, well, let's be serious about what you are doing to escape. What are you addicted to? Okay, because that Pisces energy is also the addiction. So when you have people talk about alcohol being called spirits, and you have people, I've heard a few podcasts since Saturn has been in Pisces talking about how alcohol is really bad for you, and a lot of people being like, I'm stopped drinking cold turkey. And these are people who are not addicted. They're not in AA or anything. They've just decided that, I'm going to be very serious about my thought process and on alcohol. That's Saturn in Pisces. I just want you to understand. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Of course, having addiction is bad. I'm just saying just that these are just the themes of Saturn and Pisces. Okay. Now, opportunities for growth with challenges. Okay. Saturn likes to bring lessons back to the aspect. Okay. And bring rewards when the approach is with discipline and patience. So this square is going to make you feel heavy energy and confront this adventurous attitude and this overly optimistic attitude, or overcommitting, okay? And thinking that the world is just this open world, when Saturn's like, no, you need to slow it down, move slow. First of all, Sagittarius could move a little too fast, okay? And Be serious about whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Okay. But be realistic about your goals, face challenges head on, because you are dealing with that Sagittarius energy. Is very adventurous, very brave. Balance optimism with discipline, take time for introspection, and avoid any escapism. Speaking of that Saturn in Pisces. Now, mutable signs, you might be feeling this the most, and my mutable signs are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Sagittarius and Pisces placements, you will feel it too. Okay. And just some key questions with this square aspects are, what are my goals? What are my realistic goals? What are my values that I truly align with are? And the emotional blocks, what's blocking me? What's holding me back from my progress? And how can I think long term? How can I balance my need for freedom and responsibility? Okay. How can I equate my belief system and what I truly believe, okay, and with the seriousness of my spirituality? Okay. So for example, if you're someone who believes in tarot and at the same time you're a Christian, maybe this is a conflicting energy, and now this challenge is going to come up. Okay. It's just an example. I'm not saying you can't be a Christian who practice tarot. This is just an example that I'm giving you. Now, I do also want to say, far as like the world and politics and the themes that would come up with that, I do know that Sagittarius is a law energy. It's about people coming together and having the same ethics and rules that are kind of unwritten. So the law comes in big time with this. So when you have the Sagittarius energy challenging the ego and the sun, are the leader of some sort, this could be a theme too. Okay. Now this is we're already kind of feeling this, and it's kind of makes me, not kind of, this makes me think of the serious, not the seriousness of the discussion of Joe Biden's son. Saturn in Pisces, the father figure is Saturn. Pisces is dealing with drugs, right? And I know Biden has had a cocaine addiction, and now you have the president, which is the sun. The sun represents the leader, giving this who he's pardon. He's pardoned his son Joe Biden. No, what's his name? His son's name. I can't think of it. Biden. Something Hunter Biden. I should know that as my daughter's name. But he's giving his Hunter Biden a pardon, and this is very much this aspect which we've already are feeling, because you see it's creeping up already. So whether you agree or don't agree, it is Saturn does represent the father of someone of addiction. And let me actually see. The degree is 13 degrees. This is something that could be new or the first. Or I'm not sure if Biden, Hunter Biden, is his firstborn child, but it's an Aries energy. It's something new. And it could be something that's dealing with fighting and bravery too. Okay. Just that's not just with Biden. I'm just telling you the themes of that degree, which is 16. Wait. Oh, it's 13 degrees, not 16 degrees. But yeah, that is what we have for December 4th. Now on December 5th here, let's go to this date here. Now, December 5th, we have Mercury that is in a cazimi with the sun. It's in the heart of the sun. It's conjunct. They are hugging, okay? Anytime you have a cazimi with Mercury, there's awareness, there's clarity, there's aha. There could be something in the news, like a big story in the news, maybe something dealing with law in the news, or something with the beliefs in the news, or something very adventurous and very big and expansive in the news, okay? Now, we are talking about 14 degrees, and 14 degrees is dealing with our resources. 13, 14, dealing with our resources, dealing with something that you truly value. So let's see how this plays out, far as like what we find out in the news, or if anything is going to be discussed in the news, or is your aha moment something of clarity in regards to being adventurous, dealing with law, at the same time it's something that you value. Okay. Now, when you have this cazimi, it's going to, do I have the exact time? 10:58 a.m. Okay. This is LA time because I am in LA, but there's mental clarity and insight. You will maybe have some crystal clear energy. Now, Mercury's been retrograding. So on December 5th, I would say get your together. Okay. Anything you have to deal with for as signing a contract and there's a deadline, do it on December 5th. If there's anything that you need your mental stimulation to work, do it on December 5th, okay? But you are doing a retrograde energy, so there is revisiting, redoing, realigning, remembering, okay? Yes, reducing, okay? Yes, so just remember that. But there's breakthroughs in conversations, there's spiritual and philosophical insights. Planning for the future. Sagittarius is also dealing with religion. Pisces is too, but Sagittarius is a very religious energy. Hence, during Sagittarius season, we have and Capricorn. When is Christmas? It's Capricorn. But but it's the energy of starting up that, okay? But planning for your future also, okay? Reflect on a big picture, capture ideas, engage in deep conversations, stay open to new perspectives, and avoid finalizing any decisions. This is going to be big for all my Sagittarius placements. This is also going to be big for any of my mutable signs, right? So my Geminis, all my Virgos, and all my Pisces. This will all be affecting you. And just what outdated beliefs or ideas do you need to release? Refine any long-term goals that don't align with your true purpose, because now you have awareness, you have clarity, and whatever insights you have from your past or recent past is going to come to a head. So think about how this can help you in the future, okay? Now, December 6th is going to be a very fun day, okay? December 6th, we have Mercury. Now, Mercury moves really fast. So now you had your aha moment, but now you're thinking negative, okay? So there's negative thinking because it's squaring Saturn in that same degree of Aries. So it could be kind of combative, or it could be something brave or starting something new, or the self, the individual energy, okay? Now, this is limiting conversations here, okay? Saturn is restricting, limiting. It is also going to set some boundaries, and it's very serious and pessimistic energy in the sign Pisces. That looks like confusion. Out at the same time, it's limiting, okay? So mental and emotional frustration, frustration over miscommunication, delays, travel. This is also a issue here. Why is my flight delayed? No one can tell me why, okay? Our inability to express yourself clearly, doubts about your beliefs or long-term plans could arise, prompting introspection, reevaluating your goals and your beliefs, because you are dealing with a planet that is retrograding. A lot of miscommunications, a lot of traveling delays, facing responsibility. Saturn energy highlights where you are need to step up to the plate, and the responsibility that is required, especially in your commitments, your communication, and your decision making process, okay? Anytime I see Mercury aligned with Saturn, is either thinking long term, or on a negative side, because we're dealing with a square, it is restricting and thinking negative. So just be aware of that pessimism that we have December 6th. Practice patience, communicate thoughtfully, ground your aspirations, address emotional blocks, and avoid any escapism with that Pisces energy, okay? Escapism is not just drugs and alcohol. It's buying things, it's gambling, it is binge watching on Netflix, okay? Now, mutable signs, you're going to be feeling this the most: Geminis, Virgos, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And my Sagittarius and Pisces placements as well, okay? How can you turn your big ideas into something practical and actual, and have some action steps, is what you may have to question yourself and your fears and your doubts, the negativity. Draw that out. Take a shower, take a bath, okay? Any negativity that's coming into your mind, just decide, you know what, I'm just not going to focus on this project today. We'll focus on it tomorrow, because Mercury moves fast, and then negativity will start to clear up, okay? Now, this same day, Venus is in the sign Capricorn. It's at 29 degrees. So all this attraction to the seriousness, or to your goals, or to long-term energy, are just things that are very simple, okay? Because it is about aesthetics. That is, and practicality. That is going to rush and close, have a closing of some sort. So that's going to hurry up and finish. And in a few hours, then the Venus will enter 0 degrees in the sign Aquarius. Now, once it hits Aquarius, it's going to be conjunct Pluto. But first, let me tell you what Venus in Aquarius represents for everyone. Okay. Venus, and first of all, Venus is about love and your relationships and aesthetics and beauty and balance and what you enjoy and your pleasures, what you naturally attract, harmony, and your finances, right? So now in Aquarius, you're talking about unconventional dynamics, intellectual attraction, your friendship as the foundation of the relationship. When it comes to aesthetics, Venus in Aquarius is thinking of things that are very out of the box, avant-garde kind of style. Maybe there's some modern designs happening, are really being inspired through tech and technology. Like all the Apple gadgets, and now it's really gorgeous. Are making your computer or anything that's dealing with your Notion or your note taking kind of apps and making it more beautiful. That is that Venus in Aquarius. Okay. Now, pleasure and enjoyment is what you get with Venus. And how does this look in an Aquarius aspect? Well, you'll be more driven, or you'll be more not driven, you'll be more curious, right? You'll want to learn something far as what pleases you. And there's group activities now. So now you are attending parties, and now you are enjoying things with intellectual conversation, things that are very things that you can learn, because Aquarius loves to learn, and a lot of breaking the routines. Like you want to try something different, and now you're enjoying this new, very different kind of activity. Okay. Now, as far as values and finances, innovative invest, shared ideas, because you are dealing with a group. Now, Aquarius is very detached emotionally. Okay. So detachment from materialism could be happening. Just a detachment of like I don't need to get this. I don't need to have this. I don't need to hold on to this. So Venus in Aquarius experience connections with accumulating wealth and luxury items. At the same time, you may feel like, I'm not emotionally attached to this item, and I can release it. Okay. Now, Venus in Aquarius, Venus is about harmony and balance. So now it's harmony and equality, because Aquarius is like fight for the cause for relationships, or for people who are doing less than, or for a greater cause, community collaboration, resolving conflicts with logic. And as far as creativity, because Venus is very creative, now you're very innovative. You're thinking of the future. There's future in art. There's collaborative projects, because Aquarius is about the group and of friends. And also there's tech and science when it comes to inspired work. Now, Aquarius is all about space. So think about Elon Musk and the guy who owns Amazon, and I'm going to space. But now Venus in Aquarius makes us more fascinated with the cosmos, more fascinated with a beautiful astrologer. That could be happening too. Artistic space themes and attraction to innovation and technology in the future. You're going to be attracting, because Venus is what you naturally attract. So you're going to be attracting uniqueness, or things that are very different, out of the box. People who are really about the future and thinking about the future, and people who are about freedom and equality, and they care about the people and the cause of the people. All that happens. So the future also is with Aquarius. So bold visions and attracting things that are very visionary. Okay. That could be happening. Now, also the intelligence is Aquarius. So Venus is going to bring some harmony through communication and learning, attraction to intelligence, logical communications and connections, and tech and innovation is going to be big while Venus is in Aquarius. I think the beauty of technology, it will be huge with Venus in Aquarius, and communication, unconventional conversations, global and online bonds, and breaking language barriers. Okay. Now, who is Venus in Aquarius really going to affect? Well, Venus in Aquarius mostly will be affecting, actually, my chart is sitting behind here, is mostly going to be affecting, first of all of my air signs, right? All of my air signs, you would be like, yay! Venus is in Aquarius. All this is amazing. And all of my fixed signs, you are going to be like, oh, I'm having some issues as things come up. If you have any Taurus or Scorpio placements, or Leo placements, or Aquarius placements, things are going to be very strong for you in all the dynamics that I said. But if you have any air placements like Libra, if you have any air placements like Gemini, things may be more of a blessing for you, because you're dealing with the trines. Okay. Now, wait, I'll talk about, do I have my notes about, hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some boom in it. Oh, wait. I'm trying to see. Okay, it's really the next day because we'll be more direct. Before I talk about this connection here, let me talk about this planet that is all red. Okay, when I say all red, Mars loves the color red, and now it's retrograding in the color red. Now it's at 6 degrees. I actually should do the Sabian symbol for this. Actually, let me get my Sabian book. You know what I realized? I did a whole detailed video on this already. I'm not going to get the Sabian book because I did a whole detailed video on it and it's already up. So please go ahead and check that out. I realized that I don't want to get too redundant and say the same things that I said on other videos. I want to say new things. Okay. Now, Mars is retrograding in the sign Leo. So that's why December 6th is like, oh my gosh. Now, this says December 7th, but it's going to happen December 6th. And I did a very, 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 very detailed video. I talked about future aspects, dates, important dates. I talked about it all. Now, actually, let me go back to the dates here. Let me show you. Why is my thing not moving? Hold on. Okay, so let me show you the dates again, right? December 6th, again, we start the Leo, Mars retrograding energy, and then this will end, Mars retrograding will end April 17th, no, not April 7th, February 23rd, okay? It's just so you can have the dates and you can remember what I'm saying. So when I'm discussing these things, you're not shocked because you have the dates. Now, again, just briefly, it's about reevaluating your personal ambitions. Some people may feel like they're lacking energy and motivation, and there is a lot of conflicts. Okay? That Mars in Leo, woo, double fire is a lot of fighting. Okay. So, but anytime you have a retrograde, there is a reevaluating, a redoing. Now, I always felt like this is why Trump wasn't going to win presidency, but he did win. Okay. So that prediction, I did think he would win. However, I didn't think he was going to be president. So let's see how this is going to work for Trump and JD Vance and RFK. Yeah, but reevaluating leadership and authority could be big with this Mars retrograding in the sign Leo. There could be some creative blocks because Leo is very creative, and that could be an issue. The ego is going to get hit, okay, for a lot of people. So this retrograde and the confidence of people pursuing things is going to get hurt, okay? Reassessing your desires and your passion, managing your energy and your motivation, conflicts and drama in relationships. Again, for the people in the back, conflicts and drama in relationships. Was I sharing my screen here? Let me put the chart back up here. Now, some important dates that we want to have is that it's going to enter January 6th, Cancer. Mars will enter Cancer. So all the conflicts with the Leos and the drama of it all and the leadership that would come down and then would go into the sign Cancer, which is dealing with conflicts with your mom, with women, with your emotions, okay, with things that are very sensitive, okay. The energy will shift from that, and you'll be dealing with issues more of your home and your family life, okay. Now, I did do the aspects, but Mars is going to trine Saturn in Pisces on the 17th. That's positive. On the February 4th, Mars is going to square Uranus. This is going to be expect some unexpected conflicts here. That's going to cause a shift, and it's going to be dealing something with your home life or your something that's sensitive or something of the past, because Cancer does represent the past. And then February 23rd, it goes direct, and we will, get a little bit better. Now, advice I have for navigating this transit is reflect before acting, practice some patience, focus on some inner growth, work on your aggression, work on your words, reflect on your leadership, embrace creativity, reevaluate your self-expression and who you are in that ego, okay? Just heal some emotional triggers. Anything that causes some fire, you want some healing on that, okay? And resolve any kind of conflicts. Now, if you have any open conflicts right now, that Mars retrograding in sign Leo is going to bring that out, okay? If you're like, no, I'm not going to address it. We don't have to discuss that. Now, I have a Mercury in Leo, so, I love to discuss a problem. I'm like, no, bring it to the forefront. What is up? I'm not scared of a conflict. It gets... okay, the Cancer, the illusion of the Cancer dissolves into the Mercury and Leo. Look at that. The lion in me starts to be like, what's up? We want to talk? And you have to calm it down, okay? Save the drama. I don't like the saying of save the drama for your mama, because I am a mama. And I don't want the drama, okay? But just reflect on the issues. Why are you being triggered? That is really important. Okay. Now, December 7th is what I was going to talk about first. We have that Venus conjunct Pluto. Oh, here we go. This is interesting because it's 0 degrees. It's going to be so strong. It's going to be so potent. 0 degrees is like a starting of something. And you just left this other energy of Capricorn. And now you're entering this new energy of Aquarius. And now when it's 29 and 0 degrees, it's kind of like it's starting, but it still has that previous energy. And it's also a fresh and unredefined start, highly concentrated, highly potent kind of energy. And just also it's the energy of a new beginning. This is 0 degrees. Now, what do we have with this Pluto conjunct Venus in a sign Aquarius? Well, major conjunctions are either strong, well, not they are strong, but they are either negative or positive, or maybe they could be both, right? So Pluto is all intense, all intensity. Okay, so intense transformation in relationships. A relationship is revolving. You're letting go of some toxic patterns, magnetic connections, reevaluating your values and desires, and empowerment through innovation. If you're in a relationship and you're having some problems, again, if you're in a relationship and you're having some problems, that Pluto, a conjunct Venus, is going to be like, well, okay, sis or Mr. Bro man, there needs to be a change here. We're going to flip it up. We're going to change it. Okay. It's not a surprise. You already knew it was coming. Okay, there we go. Now, Venus is all about the finances too. So there's some innovative wealth management happening here, some artistic transformation, breaking material art attachments. Okay, what do you value? Let it go, release. Okay, because there's a transformation here and needs some healing. Now, as far as the collective, because you're dealing with the Aquarius energy in the collective, there could be a group dynamic that's going to change. There could be a group. Okay, I always, when I say a group, I think of like the book club, a fraternity, a sorority, the Democrats, the Republicans, a group. And now there is a transformation happening. Radical collaborations could be happening, or power could be happening for a group or for a collective. Okay, so a powerful, not a powerful, but a group could be obtaining some power of some sort. Okay, now Aquarius again is about technology in the future. So love through innovation, tech driven beauty and art, exploring the unknown. Pluto is intense. Pluto's intense. So whatever it is going to be intense. When Pluto entered Aquarius and was retrograding, we had the issues with Mark Zuckerberg having a letter, and it came out saying that the CIA or the FBI, I get them confused, but that they said, we want to basically restrict what you're saying. Also, you had the guy who was in charge of the Telegram or Telegraph. That's also another form of social media. He got arrested. He did a podcast, and basically he was saying that I don't care about the rules. Different countries are trying to restrict me on what you guys are allowed to say. Now, let's see what happens when this conjunction happens. But Pluto will be in Aquarius for a long time, so this will keep going. Okay. And also, too, Pluto is about the shadow work, and so there will be some shadow work in relationships, unveiling some hidden dynamics. Oops, I hit you guys. Sorry, I got a little too comfortable with my feet. Anyway, but attraction. Shadow work with relationships too, because this is a psychological energy. Okay, this is about going to the dark so you can see the light. So working through your feels, healing through some honesty, unveiling. Getting past the surface level when it comes to relationships. Attraction to unique and unconventional things happens with this too. The revolution of love and what you value. Unconventional relationships, challenging the social norms. Humanitarian focus, power and control also happens. So like a relationship that we know that could be famous of some sort, or that's fighting for the cause, they have more power, or maybe there's some balancing power dynamics that could be happening. Pluto is also the energy of jealousy. So maybe there's a controlling of some jealousy, also obsession of some sort, especially in this fixed sign. Doesn't want to change the way that it's really obsessed about this thought process of something. That is happening with this energy too. Now, power struggles in relationships, some control issues. There could be some manipulation. Again, jealousy and possessiveness that could be happening. Emotional detachment and isolation. Aquarius is detached naturally naturally. And so it could be like, you know what, I fear this vulnerability, I don't want to be involved emotionally. That could be happening too. And be aware of the addictions with this too, because remember we were discussing that earlier this week, and that energy is still kind of looming. Okay, sudden breakthroughs or breakdowns in relationship, unexpected endings, disruptions in harmony. Venus is about the harmony, and now there's a transformation in that. Extreme and obsessive behavior, there's this all or nothing dynamic. Pluto influences may intensify your feelings, leading to extreme reactions of this black and white thinking. I always think of Scorpio people are black and white. They always wear black and white. They're always like extreme or no extreme. My husband has some Scorpio energy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no gray. Well, welcome to the Pluto and Aquarius. Just no gray and very fixated on a thought of something. And now you have that Venus aspect added to it. So you're talking about when it comes to your finances or relationships or harmony or balance or aesthetics. Okay. Very black and white. And now there's intensity added to it. Okay. There could be some challenges of personal freedom, because you are talking about the independence and some harmony of some sort. And Pluto likes to control and not give you the freedom. And it's in Aquarius, so that theme could be a big theme, okay? Financial power struggles, because there could be some manipulation or some risk taking that could be happening. Shadow work within a social group, uncovering some hidden agendas, group isolation. I'm saying a lot on this aspect because I feel like this aspect is huge. We got Mars retrograding in Leo. You got Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius, and it's going toe to toe with Jupiter. And now you got Venus aligned with Pluto. Now this could be very positive or it could be very negative, but what I do know is going to be intense. Okay, so you could have some struggles with your self-worth and your identity and your aesthetics. Okay, how you come across to people, how you dress. Okay, the way you smell. Just off the cup, even just as kind of minor, just the things that you enjoy and your pleasure, all that could be having a healing process too. Like, are you doing too much? Are you doing too much facelifts? That could be a little bit Virgo, because that's like perfection of something. But you using some technology like a chat GPT or a Snapchat filter, and now Pluto wants to be like, look, okay, stop with the BS. Let's take the filter off and see what's the true beauty in you. Okay, be aware of power dynamics, cultivate emotional balance, embrace honesty and communication, focus on inner growth, and avoid impulsivity. Now, I'm trying to see. Yeah, okay. Also, that day, the sun in Sagittarius now is opposing Jupiter. Now, Mercury is still a little bit involved here, of course, because Gemini is involved, but Mercury is sitting there, still sitting close. So we may react with this aspect again, like it's very positive and there's this great feeling. And that could be great, but then it could be causing an awakening of some sort. Okay, now avoid going overboard. You may spend too much money, you may overindulge, you may overcommit, you may be wasteful, you may feel like you have the courage to do a lot and be very adventurous at the same time. The self-confidence could come off as arrogant, so be aware of that. You got to find a balance. Okay, moderation, because Jupiter doesn't know moderation, Sagittarius doesn't know moderation. So basically, this aspect, anytime these planets and energy is dealing with each other, you need to practice moderation. Okay, you may have conflict with others, maybe issues with the superior, someone who's supposed to be above you, and you want to have control and freedom. And this could be positive because it could be teaching you something, and you need to find a balance of that. At the same time, there is this fight against it as well. This transit signifies energies that can coming to a head when it comes to areas of your life that is regarding commitments. So be aware of that, especially when it comes to words and communication and your thought process and your higher learning kind of energy, because this could be dealing with universities as well. Sagittarius is about that. Now, the same day, we're still hovering around December 7th. Now, the same day, Neptune is going. Where's my Neptune? Neptune is retrograding, but it will be out of retrograde. So this is going to help with some enhancement of clarity and intuitions in your dreams. Major intuitive energy that's going to be lifted. Forward movement and spirituality and creative pursuits, and compassion and love for others. Disillusion of illusions. Okay. A lot of conspiracy theories will now be coming more into the front. Okay, the dreams and your goals, that will be helping. If you're having nightmares, this could be not as strong, but vivid dreams. Okay, heightened empathy and compassion, dissolving some barriers. If you are feeling restricted now, the Pisces energy is like, let's just make this kind of go away. Okay, beware of the reality checks that you need to have. That's going to be coming to the front, and because the escapism, um hopefully you can reduce and stop avoiding, but this will probably be stronger too. Okay, the people who are out in the street and are going crazy, that is Neptune in Pisces, that's Saturn in Pisces. That Pisces energy could be going straight, be more direct, but maybe we are going to help them. Okay, strengthening your spiritual practices, creative breakthroughs, again, the psychic abilities, get your tarot reading on. Okay, release any deceptions, conspiracy theories, compassionate for the people, for a cause. Also, water and ocean themes will be coming back to light if they've been held back of some sort. Okay, advice: embrace creativity, trust your intuition, seek spiritual alignment. Now, lastly, December 9th here, we have Venus. This is just a simple thing, but it's a sextile, and whenever you have a sextile aspect, that means that you have to work on it. Okay, it's not God landing it on your lap. You got to put in a work. Okay, so Venus, the planet sitting here next to Pluto, is going to sextile how we think and how we communicate, which is retrograding, right? So talk and thinking, and now what you say you might naturally attract. Okay, so that optimism, put it out in the stars, put it out in the universe, write it down, because you may actually attract what you are thinking. That is what I think when I see this aspect. Okay, reevaluating relationships and social connections, innovative creative expression. There's harmony with the technology and communication and the group dynamics now added on to communication and the emails and traveling. Okay, still Mercury's retrograding, but maybe you can get there if you drive slow. Okay, engage in reflective conversations, revisit and innovate creative projects and enhance digital presence. Okay, now I want to show you, which I promised a while ago. These are the horoscopes, okay, for Sagittarius season and all this. The sun entering Sagittarius for my Aries is in the 9th house, so embrace learning opportunities and adventures. You've probably been traveling or been enlightened of some sort, or focused on higher learning. Now, all my Taurus, now this could be your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, all my Taurus, focus on deep, intimate relationships and financial planning, shared resources. All that's been coming to play for you, and some psychological healing and not having surface energy. Or have you been tapping into your intuition? Have you talked about shared resources? Okay, now Geminis and shared resources could be like an inheritance of some sort that's probably been enlightened for you. Okay, or a death of some sort. Okay, rebirth. Now Gemini, 7th house, Sagittarius energy. Partnerships take a center stage, collaborating and communicating openly with your loved ones and colleagues. For my Cancers, Sagittarius energy is prioritizing your health and your daily routines, implement new wellness habits for long-term benefits. Okay, how are you at work? This is probably bringing some major things for you at work. Now, all of my Leos, Sagittarius energy is about being creative and romance and flourish and expressing yourself and enjoying some leisure activities. You've probably been more bold with your children or bold with or a romance of some sort, and being very optimistic with that. Virgo, Sagittarius energy, and these placements with the Mercury retrograding in Sagittarius is all about your home and your family matters and gaining some attention. You're thinking about your mom, you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about your ancestry. All that is coming to a big focus, and you're being very adventurous, or you're overcommitting with it. Okay, Virgos, maybe you're considering some renovations or strengthening some family bonds. Now, for Libras, Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius, the sun in Sagittarius. This is in your 3rd house, and this is enhancing your communication skills, and short trips and learning and experiencing are favorable and could be an issue. Okay, your day-to-day travel, you're having car problems, you are planning on a short trip. This could be an issue for you. Are you losing your emails? Communication is really causing a major conflict. You overcommitted, overstepped some promises. Now, Scorpios, Focus on your financial matters here. Budgeting. This could be a thing. You probably are buying too much. Okay. Slow down on the spending. Maybe you have a new philosophy or a new theory on spending. That all it's just what you value and your finances and yourself, your self worth is all a big theme here. Sagittarius. Okay. This is in your first house. Now, I've been having headaches, okay, because Mercury's retrograding and I am a Sagittarius rising. Communication, conflicts, all that's probably been a thing. Now, I have planets in my first house. If you don't have planets in your first house, maybe it's just how you come across from others, your self expression. All of this is a big theme for you. If you have planets in there, it gets a little more detailed. But overall, it could be that you're overcommitting, you're changing your philosophy on life. How you come across personally is a challenge when you are talking. It's okay. Just move slow and think with patience, okay? And do not overcommit. Now, Capricorn, this is in your 12th house. Reflect on your past year, rest and recharge, and prepare for upcoming endeavors. It's all about solitude, thinking of yourself. Be aware of the binge watching and being lazy and thinking in lack and insecurity, okay? Yeah. Now, Aquarius, Sagittarius energy is in your 11th house. This is all about social network and expanding. This is about your hopes and dreams and your goals and your future, or group dynamics or friendships. This could be a conflict of some sort. So be aware of that, especially with the group dynamics. Now, Pisces, this is in your 10th house of career. You're on stage and things are there's rumors said about you and your reputation and your philosophy and your theories on things, and overcommitting with your career could be an issue. So just be aware of that, okay? That is what we have. Let me pull some cards for everyone on this week. And that is what we have. Oh, that is my tarot. I'm using the Bohemian Secrets tarot. And what we have for the collective over the week is that everyone needs to collaborate. You need to learn from someone new. You need to share your ideas, okay? Especially when it comes to your finances and your resources and anything tangible. What else do we have for this week? This week we have the Page of Brooms, okay? This is someone who is beginning and moving slow when they're with their inspiration, with their spirituality, with their beliefs, with their conventions, with the convictions and creativity. This is also someone who's starting off being brave. This also could be a young fire sign that you need to really help out, or maybe they're helping you. Lastly, this week, a little Leo energy is that the cloudiness should be lifted where we have that Neptune in Pisces getting out of the retrograde. All the delusions, all the cloudiness, not making a decision, that could be a theme, but the cloudiness of not being able to the delusions, okay, that should be lifted for the collective. Okay, now I'm just going to do quickly, I'm going to do all my water signs. This is for you this week. The finances, stop shopping. Water signs, you need to think about long-term energy. You need to move slow. All of my water signs. Fire signs, it looks like there's something that's not coming to an end. Okay, there's something that's going to keep going. This is a Saturn energy, and there's usually like a culmination, but there is no culmination. It's like your fire signs, you're thinking too big, you're overcommitting, you're on the internet blasting all your information. Okay, so you got to restrict. There isn't a restriction, you need a restriction. Okay, all of my earth signs, this is for you. All of the let me see if I move it this way. Earth signs, we have the Knight of Machetes. Okay, so a lot of conflicts for you, earth signs. I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's more of the fixed signs they're hitting, who are earth signs. But earth signs, you're not thinking in clarity, you're gossiping too much, you're saying too much, you're causing arguments, and you're not thinking through intelligence. You're actually probably using emotions. So you need to make it upright, and you need to have passion in your words. Maybe you're intimidated by saying some things, or maybe you're not researching the truth and you don't know what the truth is. Okay, that is what we have for you this week. And then last time, did I do the air? There's a heavy load for you this week. Okay, but this is the end of the journey, so it's just this week, and next week that heavy load will be lifted. Okay, this is the end of something that you have been physically taking care of, or there is a lot of weight mentally over your shoulders, but guess what, you are strong, you are brave, and this is the end of the journey. Okay, that is what I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you at the next video or the next episode.